I'm Tesslyn Mustain, and I'm looking forward to taking you on a tour today of my Google site that I made as a digital portfolio. And through this tour, I hope to answer the questions: why did I apply with Imagine Learning? What experience have I had working with students and teachers with technology? And also take you on a tour of one of my favorite technology tools, which is Google Sites. So the first question, why did I apply? Well, Imagine Learning is a well-known, successful education technology company. And I am retired. I retired in May of 2020 in order to take care of my mom, who was elderly and sick. And I did that, but then she passed away. So I have time in my hands, and I would like to utilize that with an energetic company that is dynamic and growing and using products that can benefit students and educators and make their jobs easier, because Lord knows their jobs are tough right now. So that's one reason I applied to Imagine Learning. I think that my experience with technology and my passion for instructional technology in particular is a good fit. So what experience do I have with students and educators? Well, let's take a look. Let's click on Tech Training over here. And let's click on Teachers. So I worked in Humble ISD for 27 years. And during that time, I was able to develop and expand and get training in using educational technology, which I then used in my classroom. But then I also had lots of opportunities to use it with other teachers and to show them that that technology doesn't have to be terrifying, although it can be, but it doesn't have to be. So I was a teacher teaching teachers, I like to say that. And I taught them lots of things. I trained them in how to use Google Drive and some of the different Google Drive apps, because I want to say about 10 years ago, Humble made the shift from Microsoft World over to Google World, and we became a Google Apps for Education district. And so we use a lot of Google Drive applications. Gmail became our email vehicle that we used. Google Classroom, and then later on Schoology became our learning management system that we use to organize our resources and give kids access to those resources in an online environment. Problem-based learning was a big push my last few years in the district, teaching kids how to use technology, STEM resources as a way to solve real-world problems. So there's been lots of different ways that I've used technology with teachers in order to train teachers. And I have three different programs that I created, some Google Slides. And you can click on those if you would like to see some of the things that I did. The first two, the magic of Google Drive and the magic of EdShelf, are some that I designed, and then I was able to present those at some workshops in the district. And the other one, Inspired, was done in collaboration with two other English language arts teachers in the district, and we also presented that within our district to some other English language arts teachers. I also served as an instructional technologist and was in charge of lots and lots and lots of different programs there. So this will give you an idea about that. But the question is about students. So one thing I learned early on is how powerful education technology could be when done well and right with students. And students don't come to us automatically knowing how to use technology effectively. They can do some things, and some things that they can do just enough to be really dangerous. So I felt like, given the way that our society has changed with the advent of the internet, it creates a responsibility for teachers and schools to help students learn how to be good digital citizens and know how to use it effectively and correctly to achieve their learning goals. So I have some ELA learning plans here, some programs. I've got some things with yearbook. This one was called To Kill a Mockingbird Table Talk. It was an activity I did with students, and I've got some photographs here that utilizes technology. So some pictures and then some photographs down here. This is my yearbook staff, and that was them putting together their yearbook pages. Only a tiny part of making a yearbook. And yearbook, I did that for 12 years, and I'm very happy to say that we were always on budget and always on time with getting it done. Yay! So I integrated technology as much as I could wherever I could. The question is, why? Well, we live in a world in which there's all these what are called side gigs that are becoming not side gigs, they're becoming major gigs. And a lot of those are jobs that are on the internet. And kids that have valuable skills and valuable internet tools that they know how to do effectively often have a leg up on other kids that don't in this internet world that we live in. So I think it's really important that kids are trained in how to use those skills. And that starts with training teachers. Teachers have to be trained first. So this just tells you a little bit of what I did to integrate technology in my classroom. I was fortunate enough to go to TCEA one year. All right, Technology 2.0. This is where I got a lot of my experience in learning how to use technology and how to integrate it in the classroom. And these are my favorite tech tools right here. Ways to organize and create resources, ways to assess students, ways to use it in instruction. And what I tried to do was look at my TEKs and look at all the different ways that I could introduce those TEKs to the kids, the students, and decide whether or not a technology tool was the best tool to do that. Sometimes it was, and sometimes it was not. But it was always based on what were the requirements of the TEKs. But these are some of the tools that I use for instruction for that. And then my last thing on here is my references, which I'm not going to click on that, but you can look at that. So really, why I applied, I have a lot of experience using lots of different forms of technology. I'm not afraid of it. I've learned that we can use each other as tools when things get stuck, that I don't have to know everything, that I can call on other experts who can help me in a lurch, and that I can often help others as well with my experience. I love helping students learn, and I think technology can be an invaluable tool to do that. And I hope you've enjoyed my video tour that I took you on Google Sites. Have a wonderful day.